Me, Emoji C. Curtis asked me if I'd open the show up today, and it's always my pleasure. We're going to do a one pan dish today featuring chicken and some garden fresh vegetables. We think you're going to enjoy it. Also, some of our friends are going to pop in, such as Al the Alien. He is in love with an earthly eggplant. Emoji C here. Before we start the show, Curtis wants to congratulate his amigo, mi amigo, Miguel Gordino. That's a picture of him on the right one day when he and I played Bethpage Black in New York. He's this week won the club championship here in Novato at Indian Valley. Way to go, Miguelito. Love you, brah. Proud of you. On with the show.
Welcome to the beautiful outdoors with me. I'm your host, Curtis Aikens. I think if you've been watching this show, well, I know if you've been watching the show, you know how much I enjoy being outside. I got the nice little studio I can cook in now. We're doing some tweaks to it. I've got to get some stuff on the wall so it doesn't look like I'm just in a, just a white box, right? And I love cooking in my kitchen. However, Lisa works in there during the day. So when I get a chance to get out in the outdoors, I do. Remember though, we've got nature. So I'm hearing the crows and the ravens squawking, neighbors working in the yard, which is great because we all love being outside. Today's dish, it's chicken. Remember, for those of you my age or thereabouts, back in the day, everyone wanted to know how to cook chicken, different dishes with chicken. So I'm going to combine a chicken recipe, and we're just using the wing parts, the little drumette and the little flats, as we call them in the neighborhood down home. These are the flats, okay, or the wingette, and these are the drumettes, the little drumsticks. Now I seasoned these last night because I did make a batch of this. I played with it last night. It's a one pan dish for you dudes out there who don't like washing dishes, or women too if you don't like washing dishes. If the fewer pots and pans you use, the quicker and easy the cleanup is. Whoops. All of the vegetables are from this yard, this garden, these boxes. Yeah, baby. So let's get started. Oh, ingredients. I've got chicken wings. I've got salt, pepper. I'm going to use, I'm starting with corn oil. However, I may add a little olive oil later. And then I've got butter hiding under here. We're going to use basmati rice. Ooh, yeah. We're going to use some saffron, just a little bit of saffron. Tomatoes, of course, cherry tomatoes from this is the plant that's growing in the front yard, right in my little peace garden. If I get a chance, we'll go around and take a quick picture of that so you can see how that is growing. The squash, you saw the picture of me going in to gather squash, zucchini and yellow squash, totally organic. Yes, they've been washed. However, if you don't, it's all good too, okay? Onions from my yard again. I love these little white onions. We're going to chop those up. We're going to get started though. I'm going to get the chicken going right away. I'm going to add some of the corn oil to get us started. And I'm going to use a lid because I want to keep that moisture in the pan. I love soups. I'm not going to lie to you. Soups, so when the weather starts to cool off like it is now, we're in, September 20-something, 5th, 6th, something like that. So we're into fall, to autumn, right? Please don't fall over. Into autumn. So I love when I start making soups. Yeah, we got a flame there. So always one of the interesting things about cooking outside is making sure I get my flame. Also, that the flame does not blow out.
Hey, chef,
I've got about
no salad for Dino.
1.5 to 2 tablespoons of corn oil. You can use peanut if you don't have peanut allergies. You can use whatever your favorite oil. I like corn oil because it has a nice high smoking point and it adds a good flavor. I love that flavor. Mama always cooked with, well, I shouldn't say always because she mixed it up. Corn oil is a great thing to cook with. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the wings in there. Gonna let them start to cook. And normally I'll put that skin side down, get a nice little crisp on them. And it's no big deal with this recipe because this is one of those dishes, it's almost like braising on the stove top. These will be, I guess I used all the drumettes last night. Oh no, there's one right there. Lisa loves the drumettes and I like the flats. So this is one of those packages, I think came from one of the big box stores. Big box being Costco, Sam's, one of the Sam's clubs. I don't want to leave anyone out. I don't want anyone to think I'm playing favorites. I do like my big boxes. I do love my small markets as well. Okay, so if you notice now, I had that on ice so we can keep our chicken, keep that nice temperature, all right? Now, this ice I'm gonna put in one of the flower beds behind us, one of the vegetable boxes behind us, because that is water, and we are in drought zone here in Cali. So waste not, want not. Okay, now the bird will let us do its magic. Gotta keep an eye on that flame. I've got a little table off to the side that I can put things in, and I've got water here for when we need it. Okay, lid will go onto our pan. Now let's start to prep our vegetables. This dish, I think I did it last night about 40 minutes. I took my time, I really cooked it slow because I want that chicken to be nice and tender, okay? Next we're gonna prep our onion because that's gonna add flavor to that yard bird, as we call the chickens down south. Okay, let's bring our cutting board here in the middle.
Chef Curtis, it's me, George. You know, little George from the 4th grade, Miss Miles' class. Why do you chefs always use onions in every recipe? George, fantastic question. I love when you interrupt with good questions like that. Please don't ever be afraid to ask me or other chefs questions, all right? Onions, they add nice, subtle flavors to dishes. If you cook them long enough to become nice and sweet, if you cook them on the lighter side, you can have that strong onion flavor, okay? Remember, there's so many wonderful onions. Don't be afraid to try them in dishes, all right? Spread love. Keep asking those questions.
Nothing fancy, just cut them up and get them in the pan because they're going to add some flavor. They can be big or small. Oops, let me get this out of the way so I'm not blocking you. I'm trying to do a little 3-camera shot today. I've got one camera focused on the right side of the cutting board, the other one focused on the left side so that I can get those good close-ups when I go into edit. Again, these are from the garden. Oh yeah, the chicken is doing its magic now. It's cooking now. Let's sneak a peek in there. Oh yeah. Move everything around. We're sending prayers to our friends down in Florida. The hurricane's on its way, so Lisa's brother lives in the Tampa St. Pete area, and I've got friends down there as well. Her best friend Susie's down there, so we're sending shout outs and prayers, hoping you guys stay safe.
Chef Curtis here. No, I'm not trying to be the cool kid in the classroom, or the kitchen, that is. Sunglasses. They help to shade your eyes from the vapors that are released by the onion. Sulfite vapors. That's what causes our eyes to water. Go ahead. It's okay. Let's be cool. Word.
One camera focus on the right side. I diced those up a little fine. I'm going to kind of let those disappear in the dish. All right, now. And I do have more seasoning. I'm going to let this cook about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, just like that. Just let it do its thing, okay? I'll do a little housekeeping. We'll come back and we'll start prepping our vegetables. How does that sound? Peace, spread love. Take a look at the garden. We've done a reset. Got my squash ready to be chopped up. My tomatoes, again, those beautiful little bullet-like looking tomatoes. Aren't those gorgeous? Torpedo, whatever you want to call them. Let's take a sneak peek at our yard bird. Now notice, that's why we keep the lid on. I want to keep all that moisture in. As I was saying earlier, it's, you know, I'm a big fan of soups. And this is not going to be a chicken and rice soup. However, it's a one-pan chicken dinner that just is fabulous. And if I wanted to turn it into a soup, it would be easy to just add a little more liquid to it. And I also brought some water out just in case, because cooking outside, the moisture evaporates a lot quicker than it does inside the house, okay? Those onions are just adding so much flavor. The yard bird is nice and pretty. Let's add a little bit of salt, some pepper. And I've got my little seasoned blend. I'm going to use most of that once we get the rice in there, okay? Again, garlic, onion, some little seasoned salt of my little blend. Let's go ahead now, get our yellow squash and zucchini chopped up. I love growing my own food. The flavor of the onions is so much better because, you know, they were grown with love. They're being prepped with love today. Love is the theme of my cooking, right? All right, so we're just going to cut those up. Nothing fancy. You know, you can do them in cubes. You can do them any way you like. If when the zucchini get larger than this, when they're much bigger than that, I'll take and peel them because they get a little tough. Although a lot of the nutrients that you want in the zucchini is found in that skin. Slow down, Curtis George. A lot of the nutrients that you want to take in are found within the skin. How's that? I crack myself up sometimes because it's like there's so much in this head I want to share with people. And it all starts to flood out at the same time. That's one of the reasons I'm enjoying using those little emojis.
Did he say chef emoji C? Well, yellow squash is very nutritious, okay? High in riboflavin, got it? Vitamin C and vitamin B6. Great source of magnesium, okay? Low calorie and very filling. Ooh. And also, I must say, tastes great. Back to you, Curtis.
Oh, look at that. I want to keep all of that in the pan. All that moisture I want to keep in the pan. Let's move this around. And no, that is not burning. That's that caramelization. We want to keep that. We want that love right there. That's all love right there. The bird is looking good. Let's add our yellow squash now. Yellow squash and the zucchini. We'll have what we've got cut up. I've got to get myself a larger outside table, don't I? This is running out of working space here, Curtis George. Squash and chicken are so good together. If you have not tried this combo, I want you to. Again, this is our one pan, less mess dinner, we're going to call this night. Less mess dinner. All right, that goes in there. I cracked my own self up.
Hey, me again, Chef Emoji C, talking about zucchini. Love the way it rolls off my tongue as well as it slides down my tongue into my belly. Great source of potassium. Yes, it is. Low sodium. Great source of dietary fiber. Tastes great as well. Vitamin C, B6. Ooh, and there's magnesium in zucchini. So please, please, please cook zucchini for me.
In the backyard.
I'm Al the Alien, Chef Curtis. When I want eggplant, please. That recipe would be so much better if you would make it with eggplant. Al, out.
Draw that moisture out. Okay. Now let's start prepping our tomatoes. I'm just going to cut them in half. Just slice them. They're not only going to add flavor, they'll also add a nice little color to that along with the saffron. Those beautiful. You see those at home that I've got to get better at not blocking my shots. I love that color. Now these are the tomatoes that are going to give me tomatoes up until Thanksgiving, maybe even Christmas. And notice I'm only using about a handful, maybe just like a half a cup of tomatoes. We'll add these next. Take a quick peek at our bird. Now look at all the liquid that's being released by those vegetables. All of that is flavor. We want to keep that in that pan. Okay, tomatoes next. We're going to let this cook about 10 to 15 minutes to really get as much liquid out of there as we possibly can. So when I say liquid out of there, that means the liquid out of the vegetable. So all that flavor, I want to keep it in the pan. I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit. In fact, I may take it inside so the wind won't blow around on it and blow our flame out. Okay, so the tomato's going to go in. Then we're going to let it cook for about 15 minutes and we'll be back. Smells heavenly in my garden today. Oh, look at the chicken is starting to brown up. That's beautiful. Bonito. Add a little more seasoning here. A little spice blend. All right, let's let it cook, come back and show you where we're at. We've had our, look at that. All that moisture is in there. I added some more yellow squash. I had a big yellow squash, so I cut it up and added it as well. Last night I had this pan just heaping with vegetables. Let's add our rice next. And we're gonna let it cook with that moisture. This is, you know, almost like we're gonna make a risotto, but however, we're not. Okay, let me lower this heat because I want this to cook a good 20, 30 minutes so that rice cooks. Just kind of stir that in. And the rice is gonna take a lot of the moisture out, so that's why we wanna build up as much moisture as possible. And since we don't have it, I'm gonna add maybe a cup of agua. Okay. I wonder is Lisa going to be upset about me using the wine decanter as my water pitcher? Nah, very little upsets that woman. And enough water there. We'll add our seasoning. We're going to let this cook about 25, 30 minutes. Then we'll add our saffron. Ooh, one pan dinner, y'all. That's all it is. Okay. One trick pony. That's a Paul Simon song, right? That's all that horse can do. All right, I'm gonna lower this temperature, put the lid back on, and let's cook our rice. Ow! I can't do it. Can't hit those high notes. All right, peace, spread love. Back in a minute. We'll eat. Oh yeah. Cooking in the yard, cooking in the garden. Did you like my little garden tour? Ooh, went to a garden party. Ricky Nelson. You young folks don't know that one. Peace. Spread love. Well, we're coming around the tracks. It's the junction, Petticoat Junction. What's left? We've just about got this bad boy. All we gotta do now is let it cook up. The rice is coming along. I'm gonna add a bit of saffron. And remember, saffron, a little goes a long way. It helps with a little color as well as flavor. Quite expensive. However, we got this at an Indian restaurant when we bought a big bag of rice and they actually gave us saffron. So I was like really excited. Oop, let me lower this heat. So I don't want to lose all that beautiful moisture in there. I almost spilt all the saffron. Just a few threads there is all it takes. Just a little dab of do ya. I'm gonna crinkle it in there. Put the lid on, add just a little more water just so that we can stir it up. Little darling. Who does not like Bob Marley, huh? Okay. I'm going to add a little butter as well. Yeah, baby. Looking good. I'm going to add a little more agua. Look at that, right? That rice looking nice. The chicken. Again, one pan dinner. Not too much to clean up tonight, y'all. This is one of those dishes that I never tire of. I'm gonna add just one pat of butter, well, 2 pads of butter. If you're watching your weight, hey, let's just walk around the block 2 more times, okay? All right, when we come back, it'll be time to eat. Best part of the day, right? Peace, spread love, get out there and dig in the dirt, grow something, all right, y'all? Well, while the squash and chicken are cooking inside, I thought we'd do a garden stroll. They're my three little frog friends, you know, my Zen frogs. And up above them is a white eggplant. Let's get a close-up.
Chef Curtis, did you say white eggplant? You know, we cannot grow any eggplant on my planet. Al the alien is here on Earth looking for eggplant. Want to grow eggplant on my planet? Please, please, Chef Curtis, cook me some eggplant. I will stop bothering you.
Get a close-up of that. And last week I was at a hunger summit down in San Rafael and had a chance to walk through the gardens at the Embassy Suites. They had some beautiful eggplants as well. Look at that. That's where the plant gets its name, eggplant, because it's white like eggs, right? Beautiful. I love cooking these. We may do a recipe with those next week's show because they're starting to, see how they're starting to yellow at the bottom? The cold weather's getting to them, so I want to cook them before we lose them, okay? Let's take a peek around what else we got in the garden. Well, right here I've got a jalapeno pepper. I think when I first planted this, I shared with you all that I thought I was buying a bell pepper, and it turned out to be a jalapeno, which I'm allowing to grow. Lisa says she likes them. I'll see if we can cook with them. Now, I haven't picked these yet, but so look at this. This is going to a nice red jalapeno. So I think I'll gather a few of these. I'm not going to put it in our dish today because it's just too hot for me. My friend Miguel Godinho, the club champion in Indian Valley, is coming over later this week, so I'll give these to him. Now there's some more of those yellow squash. I can harvest those later today or let them grow a bit longer, and I've got some small ones there. I could also, you know, the flowers are great to cook with. Just fabulous to stuff them and fry them. They're absolutely wonderful. This squash is really impeding the growth of that pepper. That's okay. Room for all. What else we got around here? I think I'll swing to the left and show you the potted tomatoes, how they are coming along. Let me back the camera up a bit. There we go. That's the one that's grown with the black calla lily, and it's doing quite well. I mean, I had some trouble with them. However, they seem to be coming around. The flavor's been wonderful. Let that ripen up. And I've got another one of the little cherries that's a kind of a torpedo to my left. I want to show you the carrots too. We got a minute to walk back. And I should go check on them. Are bouncing back nicely. I thinned that out to just see what would happen. And we've got a good little amount of carrots coming on this side. I got some more up there. And then I've got some in another part of the garden as well. Part of the yard, I should say.
Well, the carrots come along good. Now, this is me harvesting our zucchini for today's recipe. Yellow squash zucchini, fresh from the garden. There's nothing like having your own produce in the backyard, right? Gorgeous little squash.
Here's that mini eggplant. Yeah, I've got to do something with eggplant this week. Those gorgeous miniature eggplants. I love these. We're going to make a little tapenade with those. I think I've done that for you before. However, not with the small eggplant. Or we may
there's more?
We may try to make a miniature eggplant parm. What do you think?
Egg?
Peace.
Plant? If L, the alien, could cry, I would be now. Eggplant, please.
Yeah, I'm quite proud of our limes. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? The citrus is doing well this year. It took me a couple of years. It was struggling at first 2 years here. Now it's really taken off. The orange tree is doing much better as well.
Speaking of the orange tree, here it is, and it's going to bear fruit this year. This is a video I posted on my social media today because of that beautiful lily. Remember, onions are part of the same lily family. And I posted, spread love, let your sunshine like calla lilies. Spread love, y'all.
There's that tomato plant, the cherry tomato plant that's just going to produce to look how tall it is. It's getting, it might make it to the roof line. I'm trying to figure out a way to tie the top, stake the top, so we shall see, huh? Beautiful. Excuse me while I cut across the front of the camera and show you. Hopefully I can show you here. See how they're starting to, look at that. I'd use to pick them when they're just like that, take them in and ripen, and they taste really good. That's the great thing about, that is so sweet, so much flavor. Welcome back to our beautiful yard on a, what is today? Tuesday. It's time to taste and see what the date is. The 27th of September. So this is the first year in about 5 years that I missed Earth, Wind, and Fire Day. You know, the 21st of September. Do you remember the 21st of September? I would always send that out to everyone and just say, y'all, let's celebrate EWF, the elements. Now look at that. Just one pan we used today, y'all. So Lisa's happy about not having a ton of dishes to clean up. Well, maybe I should clean the dishes up, right? We do trade off. I don't want my napkin to blow away. So I'm going to just put some veggies and rice in the bottom. Then we will add our chicken, our poulet. This is like country cooking, country dining, country eating at its best. And down home goodness, right? It took about, I guess we did this within an hour. I'll check my time to see when we started. But this is one you could do at home, quick and easy. Little airplane going by, wave to him, what's up, or her. Good stuff, y'all. All right, bon appetit. I hope you had as much fun watching the show as I have putting it together for you. So remember my motto, spread love. It's always about spreading love. Make somebody smile today. Peace. See you soon.